Temperatures as we head into the weekend, but those will be accompanied by a lot of severe storms impacting our area. I'll have more for you coming up in my forecast. WTOP TV starts now.
Plus, the college Republicans are speaking out after meeting last night discussing controversial speaker Sharice Trump.
And from a timeless tradition to a new adventure, what Oswego restaurants are opening before the summer season?
It's Thursday, March 30th. This is WTOP 10 Nightly News.
History has been made in the United States tonight. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ryan Skinner.
And I'm Amani De La Cruz. Thank you so much for joining us.
We're getting multiple reports tonight that the Manhattan grand jury investigating Donald Trump has voted to indict the former president. The grand jury has been investigating Trump on hush money payments that his attorney paid to adult film star Stormy Daniels prior to the 2016 election.
The indictment is still under seal, so we don't know exactly what the charges are yet. Those details likely will not come for several days.
Trump responded to the news on his social media platform Truth Social, calling the indictment, quote, an attack on our country that likes which has never been seen before, end quote.
Other politicians are also reacting to the former president's indictment. California Representative Adam Schiff said on Twitter, quote, a nation of laws must hold the rich and powerful accountable even when they hold high office, end quote.
Trump's attorney says he is expected to surrender to the Manhattan DA's office early next week.
We will continue to keep you up to date with the story as it develops.
SUNY Oswego is actively looking for a president. Currently, the presidential position is taken over by Officer in Charge Dr. Mary C. Toll.
A variety of presidents are presenting their plans to faculty, staff, and students during the open forums happening every week, which are hosted in person and via Zoom. Students are allowed to ask questions, and the candidates are encouraged to complete a short evaluation survey.
Dr. David P. Jones is a former student of SUNY Oswego and current Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management at Minnesota State University in Mankato.
Our Rocio Trasancos tells us about today's open forum.
This afternoon, Dr. Jones expressed he is strongly focused in helping the campus and providing more opportunities and success to students. He discussed diversity. He would like to make people feel welcome on and off campus. Regarding safety in Title IX, he talked about having a team to address and provide support to students, as well as implementing efforts he has worked on before, such as promoting campaigns that educate students on violence and abuse. Moreover, he talked about the challenge of bringing new students to campus. And at the end, he remarked the value of getting higher education. Participating in open forums is a great way to make your voice heard to the prospective new president. Now back to the desk.
We have new developments on a story we've been following all week. Last night, the college Republicans and several students' organizations met to discuss the controversial speaker Sharice Trump.
The club is receiving backlash after inviting Sharice Trump to speak on campus. Opponents to Trump speaking say her views do not reflect the values of the SUNY Oswego campus.
We reached out to the college Republicans and they were not available for an interview, but they did provide us with this statement. They said, quote, during our meetings last night, we felt as if both sides were heard. We definitely heard their concerns and tried to explain some of the things being misunderstood. The meeting was well organized and most people got to talk about their thoughts and opinions. We hope we can start to build the bridge between us and other organizations and begin to foster a relationship, end quote.
In an interview yesterday, student leader and activist Tyler Johnson said Sharice Trump has the First Amendment to come and speak on campus, but students also have the right to peacefully protest her visit. We will continue to keep you updated on this story as we learn more. The Student Association Programming Board is announcing the artists that will be performing at Ozfest this year. The announcement will come tomorrow night at 5 p.m. in the Marano Campus Center. Tickets go on sale directly after this event. And you can save your spot by going to the box office and getting your tickets.
Oswego's Rudy's Lakeside Drive-In reopens for its 77th season. The restaurant specializes in seafood and summer favorites, People have been eating at Rudy's for years, including longtime customer James Shepard. Shepard says his favorite menu items are the fried clams.
I would like to come down every week if I could, but I can't. So I try to make it once a month. And I don't come here every month, but I try to get here at least 2 or 3 times a summer.
Rudy's was founded in 1946 and is Oswego's third oldest continuous business. Town historian George Demas says that its fish sandwiches used to sell for 35 cents.
So it's part of the whole life and fabric of the town of Oswego, as well as the city of Oswego, and really all of central New York now.
Rudy's is open Wednesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Also in food news, Mayor Billy Barlow is endorsing the new restaurant Wacko Gringo by tweeting about their food on Twitter. Wacko Gringo opened on March 17th officially, and they are offering great food such as nachos, wings, tacos, and more to each guest that goes up to their restaurant. Their restaurant is unique as it is a food stand until the building behind it is finished renovating in 6 to 9 months.
Mayor Barlow also tweeted today that he is throwing an Independence Day celebration for Independence Day on July 2nd. The event will include a block party featuring music, free activities for children, expanded outdoor dining at restaurants, and fireworks over the river to top it all off. The event will give Oswego residents a fun option to celebrate the national holiday. It may be spring, but it is still pretty chilly here in Oswego. Our Storm Team 10 Chief Meteorologist Evan Biedron has more. Evan?
This was the view outside Oswego campus yesterday as we had a snow squall move through our area, but we can expect a lot more severe weather to move into our area Saturday, even into Sunday. I'll have more for you coming up in my full forecast, but first, back to the desk.
Thank you, Evan. Coming up, numerous schools in New York State have received false mass shooting reports, just days after a shooting rocked a Tennessee school.
Plus, an American journalist has been arrested in Russia on espionage. More after the break.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Roll it.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
Welcome back. I'm your Storm Team 10 Chief Meteorologist Evan Biedron, and here's a quick look at our weekend's forecast. We can see on Saturday we will have stormy conditions, possibly some severe thunderstorms roll through the area as there is a tornado outbreak that may be happening in the Midwest right now, which will be impacting our area early Saturday, even Friday night. And as you look until Sunday, though, those temperatures all the way from 60 degrees are going to drop to 32 degrees, maybe even lower, as those storms move out of their area. We will have a cold front, which will decrease our temperatures as we go out through the day, all the way until Sunday. And if you look at our mesoscale outlook, we can see in the West Coast, we do have some active weather with a cold front right here impacting much of the Southwest. But we will see a low pressure system in eastern Colorado, which will be bringing a warm front to most of the Midwest, which is going to be giving some rain showers. But this will be the prereq for as many severe thunderstorms will be impacting the area as we go through the rest of today, even to tomorrow. And we do have a high pressure system over us, which is giving us a lot of our nicer weather in this cold front, which did pass through our area earlier yesterday, which is the reason why we have these colder temperatures today. And then as we look for your Saturday temperatures, as we will see those temperatures reach close to 60 degrees, but then we do also have those severe weather possible as we go throughout the day. So you can maybe expect these temperatures to be just a little bit lower as those winds, which may be reaching 40 miles per hour, will be decreasing those temperatures. And as you go through the rest of the day into more of the nighttime hours, we can see those temperatures drop off even to the low 30s. So that's a 30 plus degree change. As we look for our 7-day forecast, we can see on Friday, we will have a temperature of about 48 degrees. We will have some light rain showers move through our area. Saturday, we will have, again, those thunderstorms, which will be impacting our area. These will be severe, though, so if you are heading out, please be careful, as we will have the strong winds, which may impact any outdoor activities you may have. Sunday, though, we do have those temperatures reaching the low 30s, though, but mostly cloudy or mostly sunny skies. And then as we go through most of early next week, we can see those temperatures again rise into the low 50s. Mostly cloudy skies, though, and as we get to much of next week, we can see those temperatures reach even the low 60s. And on Wednesday night, we will have a low of about 49, so we can expect some summer-like temperatures returning to the area, but those won't be sticking around for long, as we will have more unsettled weather as we head into the weekend. That's all for my forecast. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Evan. In Albany, numerous schools received false active shooter and swatting reports. According to Albany Police, the school districts include Albany CSD, Troy CSD, and Maple Hill CSD. In Rome, police received calls of a report of shots fired at Rome Free Academy at approximately 10:10 a.m. When police arrived, there was no active shooter. And Utica police also received a false shooting call at Proctor High School yesterday at approximately 10:20 a.m. Onondaga County 911 Center received a false call of an active shooter threat in the bathroom at West Hill High School and told that 7 people had been shot.
And protesters gathered at the Tennessee state capitol calling for stricter gun laws. The protest comes after 6 people were killed in a mass shooting at a Nashville Covenant school. Protesters were heard chanting, "Do your jobs," and "Gun control now." 3 9-year-old children and three school employees were killed on Monday's rampage. The shooter was killed by police. This marks the 19th shooting at a school or university in the past 3 months.
An overnight train derailment in Minnesota is the latest in a slew of recent incidents, adding concerns over the safety of the nation's railroads. Chris Wynn has more on the government's response in Washington.
Rail cars bursting into flames early Thursday morning when a BNSF railway train hauling ethanol and mixed freight, including corn syrup, derailed in Raymond, Minnesota, forcing nearby residents to evacuate for several hours.
We take full accountability for it, and we'll continue to be here until this is cleaned up.
Ethanol is a highly flammable chemical. The effects of exposure can include coughing, dizziness, and unconsciousness. But so far, officials say there have been no injuries or reports of toxic exposure.
Safety of the community is our utmost priority.
This comes nearly 2 months after the February derailment of a Norfolk Southern train carrying hazardous chemicals in East Palestine, Ohio, that sparked a days-long inferno. And it's just the latest in a string of recent incidents calling the safety of the nation's railways into question.
The reason that we're pushing so hard on railroad safety is to make sure there are fewer of these incidents. This happens more often than I think most Americans realize.
As the federal government launches investigations into the causes of the derailments, lawmakers on Capitol Hill are taking action.
The Rail Act makes important and pragmatic changes to the way our nation's rail industry operates, ensuring that our families, friends, and neighbors are kept safe.
A bipartisan group of Ohio representatives recently proposed legislation that includes provisions to enhance federal oversight of freight trains, increases funding for hazardous materials training for first responders, and increases penalties for rail safety violations. In Washington, I'm Chris Wynn.
Evan Gershkovich has been detained in Moscow for suspicion of spying on the American government. Russia says that Gershkovich tried to obtain secret information about one of Russia's military-industrial complexes. The National Press Club is asking Russia to release Gershkovich immediately and is urging the State Department to help. There has been no comment on if this is a retaliatory measure after the U.S. arrested a Russian espionage last week.
Coming up, beverage companies are making a change to their soda cans.
Plus, Johnson & Johnson is ending a vaccine. What vaccine? More after the break.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that black. Look at the bling. Look at do we got a diamond tester on? Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep.
10 out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
Scoring going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
Kevin, I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News.
Johnson & Johnson has stopped the development of the RSV vaccine. J&J's pharmaceutical division announced it's scrapping the vaccine for the common respiratory infection. The vaccination was ready to go into the late stage of clinical trials. The vaccine was tested to see the possibility of preventing RSV in those over 60 years old. J&J says that trial ended due to the refocus onto its portfolio after an assessment of the RSV vaccine landscape. Emergency room visits connected to firearms dropped last year, yet they are higher than pre-pandemic times. A new study released by the CDC revealed that ER visits started rising May of 2020 and remaining high until last year. The most increase in visits transpired in late May 2020, the week of the death of George Floyd, who was killed by 3 former Minneapolis police officers. The video of his death provoked nationwide protests. A new study shows prescriptions related to attention deficiency hyperactivity disorder surged during the pandemic. Analysis from the CDC displays more than 10% surge across ages in 2021. Experts think the greater use of telehealth can be a factor. ADHD is prevalent among boys, but the largest increase in 2021 among young women. The CDC study comes as the nation faces a shortage in Adderall. the common treatment for the disorder. Now back to Ryan at the desk.
Bed Bath & Beyond is planning on raising money by selling up to $300 million worth of stock. Since each share is worth 60 cents, they would have to sell 500 million shares to get to their target goal. If Bed Bath & Beyond is unable to raise this money, then they might be forced to file for bankruptcy. The company is also closing more than half their stores to cut costs. Beverage companies are making the shift from short, round cans to tall, skinny ones. Topo Chico, Simply, and Sunny D have launched alcoholic seltzers in tall, thin cans. Analysts say that consumers see slim cans as more sophisticated, and the hope is for the consumers to also see these cans as healthier alternatives. Brands can fit more cans onto shelves, in trucks, and at warehouses, with the cans being thinner. Coming up in sports, Luke Ratti has the latest.
Hey Luke, what's going on in baseball today?
Hey guys, stay tuned for the latest sports news, including an impressive showing by the Oswego women's lacrosse team, as well as an opening day victory for the Bronx Bombers. All that and more coming up next.
Welcome back to Major Discussion.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
I'm Luke Ratti, here to give you your WTOP-10 nightly sports news. The Oswego women's lacrosse team wasted no time getting on the board in their impressive win against the Fredonia Blue Devils. 8 goals were scored in just the first period by the Oswego Lakers, and they would go on to score a whopping 19 goals in their 19-2 victory. Laker Isabella Lembo stole the show for Oswego, putting up 5 goals and 5 assists for an astounding 10 points in the contest. The women's lacrosse team improves to 7-2 on the season as they hope to continue with their winning ways. Syracuse basketball fans can breathe a sigh of relief today as future sophomore star Chris Bell confirms he will return to the Syracuse Orange for his next year. Bell made the announcement on his social media pages earlier today. The 6'7" player started 30 of the Orange's 32 games last season. Bell was second on the team in three-pointers made during his freshman year. So to keep him locked down for his sophomore year is a crucial victory for the Syracuse Orange. Last season, Aaron Judge of the Yankees broke the American League home run record, hitting an astounding 62 bombs. This year, he picked up right where he left off, homering in his first at-bat of the season. The Yankees took on the San Francisco Giants in their opener and took care of business. Gerrit Cole had an impressive showing, striking out 11 players in 6 innings of work. Gleyber Torres would hit a 2-run bomb in the 4th inning, and the Yankees would take Game 1 of the regular season 5-0. The New York Mets received some unpleasant news on opening day, as newly acquired pitcher Justin Verlander was placed on the IL just hours before their first game of the season against the Miami Marlins. Verlander was diagnosed with a low-grade muscle strain that he suffered near his throwing shoulder, his new team announced today. Verlander, who's now 40, has had some recent injury troubles plaguing him, including missing all of 2021 after his Tommy John surgery. The Mets can only hope that this isn't a bad omen of things to come. And opening day was all around the MLB today, all teams playing. The Yankees hosting the San Francisco Giants. Aaron Judge at the plate, swings, drives it deep to left center field. No doubt about that one. That's out of here. Aaron Judge, who had 62 home runs last year, broke the AL home run record, picks up right where he left off last season, homering in his first at-bat in the first game of this season. What an at-bat for Judge. And then Gerrit Cole, the Yankees ace, held down the fort today with some strong innings of play, striking out 11 players, only walking 2, and playing 6 serviceable innings and giving up no runs for the Yankees. Bottom of the 4th, 1 out. Gleyber Torres powers that to right field, and no doubt about that one, that's gone. Gleyber Torres powers that to the opposite field, a 2-run blast for the Bronx Bombers, and they take an important 3-0 lead as they would go on to win this game 5-0 against the San Francisco Giants to pick up their first win in opening day for the Yankees. What an impressive win for them. WTOP-10 Nightly News will be right back after this break.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Kind of Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty. The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of time.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News.
Our final story tonight, Pet of the Week. Everyone meet Socks.
Socks is about 2 years old and is looking for a forever home.
Those interested in adopting can contact the Oswego Humane Society.
That's a very lovable cat there.
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. You can say no to that. I mean,
so we were talking before the show. You're a Yankee fan?
Yes.
I got the Mets this year. Honestly, without Verlander for a little bit.
What do you guys
think?
have?
Team of New York this year.
Favorite team?
Yankees.
Thank you for that.
I don't follow baseball that much. More of a hockey guy, but
Mets.
since I'm from New York, I guess the Yankees. Since most people here like the Yankees.
That's right. 27 championships.
I mean, we'll have to see, I guess. And everybody, have a good night.
Have a good night, guys.
Thank you for watching.
Stay stay tuned for bigger picture.
Boom. Later. We're still going.